me show you mine.
It looks like Marvel is preparing to reawaken a whole new wave of magic in the MCU, and this time, all eyes are on Magik. In the comics, Magik's story has always been a fascinating mix of sorcery, trauma, and power, and now Marvel fans have a reason to get excited because it sounds like she might be getting her own live-action solo project. With whispers about Magik stepping into the spotlight after Avengers Secret Wars and Avengers Doomsday, it seems like the perfect opportunity for the MCU to explore one of the most powerful and mysterious mutants in X-Men lore. And if anyone's going to lead that charge, it should definitely be Anya Taylor-Joy. When you think about the X-Men franchise under Fox, it's been a bit of a roller coaster. From the highs of the early trilogy to the confusion of the later entries, it's been full of great moments and messy misfires. One of the biggest issues was always trying to cram too many characters into each movie. That made it hard for some of the most interesting mutants to get the attention they deserved. So when the New Mutants came out, it felt like a breath of fresh air. The idea was to focus on a smaller group, giving each one their moment. Unfortunately, the movie got buried under studio changes, reshoots, and Disney's acquisition of Fox. By the time it was released, it didn't get the love it deserved. But through all that chaos, there was one undeniable highlight: Anya Taylor-Joy's portrayal of Illyana Rasputin, better known as Magik. Magik's inclusion in the New Mutants was one of the film's best decisions. Her character brought something sharp and dangerous to the story, a sense of mystery and strength that made her stand out even among a cast full of other mutants. Illyana, the younger sister of Colossus, is one of the most complex characters in Marvel's mutant world. Her brother had already made his mark in several X-Men and Deadpool movies, but Magik hadn't gotten her moment until then. Despite limited screen time, she completely stole the show. She came across as fierce, sarcastic, and fearless, wielding her soul sword with a kind of natural intensity that only Anya Taylor-Joy could deliver. In the New Mutants, Magik's powers were already fully realized. She had the ability to teleport, summon her sword, and manipulate magic connected to Limbo, the demonic dimension she rules. Even though the movie's tone sometimes shifted between horror and action, Magik consistently anchored the story. She was the character who made the supernatural side of the X-Men universe feel believable. While others were afraid or unsure, Illyana was confident, even defiant, the kind of character you could easily imagine leading her own adventure. That's why the idea of giving Magik her own MCU project makes so much sense. Anya Taylor-Joy's performance didn't just bring the character to life, it made her iconic. She understood Magik's trauma, her humor, and her darkness. Illyana isn't your typical hero. She's been through pain, loss, and time trapped in a demonic realm, which makes her one of the most layered characters Marvel has ever created. And Taylor-Joy captured all of that complexity perfectly. So it would be a huge mistake for Marvel Studios to let that go to waste now that they're rebooting the X-Men. What makes this timing so interesting is how perfectly Magik fits into the MCU's current landscape. With Scarlet Witch missing after Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, there's an empty space for a major mystical figure. Magik could step right into that role, bridging the world of mutants and the world of magic. She's not just another superhero with flashy powers, she literally commands Limbo, wields a blade made of her own soul, and can teleport across dimensions. It's hard to think of a better way for Marvel to expand its magical universe after Secret Wars than by letting Magik lead the way. And it's not hard to picture how this could all play out. After Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, the MCU will likely reset parts of its timeline and merge universes, the perfect setup to introduce mutants officially into Earth-616. With Magik's dimension-hopping abilities, it's easy to imagine her surviving that multiversal chaos and finding herself in the new main timeline. Marvel could explain her arrival as a direct result of the events of Secret Wars, where heroes from different realities collide. That would let her carry over her backstory from the New Mutants while giving her a clean slate in the MCU. A solo Magik movie or series could explore her unique blend of magic and mutant power, something no other MCU hero currently offers. The story could dive into her life after escaping Limbo, her struggles with her demonic alter ego, and her attempt to control her darker impulses. It would also open the door to explore the mystical side of the X-Men universe, something we've only seen hints of before. And since Illyana has strong ties to Doctor Strange in the comics, Marvel could easily have her cross paths with Benedict Cumberbatch's Stephen Strange. The two could form a mentor-student dynamic or even become allies as they face new magical threats. What would make this project stand out is the tone. Magik's story doesn't fit into the usual superhero formula. It's darker, more psychological, and more personal. It's about trauma and redemption as much as it's about power and destiny. That kind of story could give Marvel's Phase 7 or 8 a fresh identity, something different from the cosmic spectacle of the Marvels or the grounded tension of Captain America: Brave New World. Instead, it could lean into fantasy horror, exploring both magic and madness in a visually stunning way. Anya Taylor-Joy's acting style fits that perfectly. She's known for roles where she balances fragility and ferocity, from the Queen's Gambit to the Witch, and that's exactly what Illyana needs. She's a hero who looks like she could slice through demons with one hand while hiding the scars of her past with the other. Taylor-Joy's presence could help elevate a Magik project into something unforgettable, something that combines MCU's big-budget storytelling with emotional, gothic intensity. Plus, introducing Magik in a bigger way would help balance the MCU's future. Once Secret Wars ends, the franchise will need a new generation of heroes to lead the way. Bringing Magik into the fold alongside characters like Blade, Moon Knight, and Wong could create a whole new supernatural team-up. She could even become part of a future Midnight Suns project, which has been rumored for years. Imagine Magik, Blade, Ghost Rider, and Moon Knight working together to handle threats too dark for the Avengers. That's the kind of lineup that could make fans go wild. Of course, there's also her connection to the X-Men. As the mutants start to make their entrance into the MCU, Magik could be the bridge between magic and mutation. Her story could help explain how mutant kind fits into a world that already has gods, sorcerers, and aliens. Maybe she's the one who shows Doctor Strange that mutant powers can be as mystical as they are scientific. And her bond with her brother Colossus could add an emotional depth to future X-Men storylines. Bringing in her family dynamic could set up some powerful storytelling moments once the full mutant saga begins. If Marvel is smart, and history shows they usually are, they'll use Secret Wars and Doomsday to clean the slate and then let characters like Magik shine. Her ability to move between dimensions means she could literally survive the destruction of worlds, making her the perfect carryover character. She could even serve as one of the first mutants to arrive in the MCU's main timeline, paving the way for the rest of the X-Men to follow. And if the MCU really is entering a new era of Magik, Anya Taylor-Joy's Magik deserves to be right at the center of it all, sword in hand, ready to lead the charge. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.